A surface feature, and that of course is where everything is lining up this morning. Notice very heavy rainfall into Illinois and also into Indiana. Multiple flash flood warnings happening here. This is a very serious situation as they just keep back building. Everything is going right over the same areas. Storms are training, and so that means that you're going to see more rain over the same spot. But notice there's no weather in New York. That's why I'm like, why are these numbers going up? They should be going the other direction, but maybe they have to turn some power out for some places to get everyone back online is, maybe that's what's going on here. But as we go into the afternoon, some of these same spots are going to get hit yet again with that severe weather. Daytime heating's obviously there. We're going to get the triple digits, at least feel like the triple digits all the way into places like New York. There are your storms this afternoon, quite feisty as we head around that 3 o'clock hour for upstate New York. And then everything is going to be pulling through New York City and points eastbound as well. But that's not the end of it. By the way, notice, I think we're going to have flooding over the next couple of days here into Illinois and Indiana. This could be very dramatic and very tragic. So keep that in mind, because this is, as we head tonight into Wednesday morning, more rain on areas that have already gotten over 5 inches of it. So we'll talk more about that in a minute. But there is your severe weather threat as we head into tomorrow, more along the I-95 corridor. So we pick up tomorrow morning, 4, 5, 6 in the morning. Storms are going to be plowing east. And then notice in the afternoon, that's when the more intense storms will come into play for us, and you'll get a couple rounds will come through and then it'll taper off and then come through and taper off. As we head into our Thursday, things are going to improve for us, especially if you look back towards Buffalo, where we're supposed to be at 81. We're going to be at 73 and sunny, and it's the end of July. It's like, yes. By the way, this rain is going to be heading into the South, Molly. That's going to help give us cloud cover, showers, and behind this whole system, a much cooler and drier air mass.
We just have to get...
Yes, and let's talk about how some of that heat is going to kick off storms into the Midwest. We do have that possibility of severe weather, Nebraska to Kansas, where we already, if you look there on the left-hand side of your screen, Mount Vernon, Illinois, still getting hammered. We were talking about you last hour. And look at St. Louis. The rain has started to pour in for you. And speaking of St. Louis, look at the flood areas from Ohio all the way back down into Missouri, a little bit to the south there of the St. Louis area, but wouldn't be surprising if things, got a little bit worse. So this is where we have the storms this morning for us in the plains. Here's where we're watching for the flooding. This is this little piece of energy that we have in the atmosphere kicking off some of those showers and those thunderstorms. Let's zoom in closer to see what we are dealing with. And notice there is St. Louis, right? And so we do have some heavier showers in and around St. Louis and off to the east. I think that this area is going to be a huge problem, not only today, but the fact that we keep having rain here as we head into early tomorrow morning. Flooding could be a massive story out of Illinois and Indiana. And those of you who live here, look how stacked our flash flood warnings are. And the rain is not stopping. There's really no end in sight to these. So a flash flood warning means it's imminent or it's occurring. And I wouldn't be shocked if we started getting some reports out of this area of flooded roads, perhaps water in these flood-prone areas coming up to some homes. Look at the past 12 hours. We've seen 5+ inches of rain, and this strip of land is going to continue to get more showers and storms. Here's a look along 70. This cell has been cranking out the winds too, 70, 80-mile-an-hour winds. Storms also just to the north of Kansas City. Everything is getting started early this morning, and we will see more of this as we head in the afternoon. Look at Bunker Hill, 93 miles an hour. You can see the path of this cell as it's made its way through basically north of I-70 here into Kansas, 60, 70-mile-an-hour winds, and it is still cranking them out in St. George with 70-mile-an-hour winds. Now, as we take you north of Kansas City, St. Joseph, Plattsburgh, if you live east of Plattsburgh, watch out for the heavy rain and the gusty winds associated with this. Caldwell, Clinton, and Ray counties are under severe thunderstorm warnings, so you could get winds at 58 miles an hour, hail an inch or more in diameter with these, and very heavy downpours. There's also been a lot of lightning with these, so keep that in mind for us. So there's more rain coming through the St. Louis area. Notice Illinois, Indiana. I don't like that these same areas are going to get more rain later tonight into the evening hours. This is going to be a problem. I can promise you that, with the heavy rain that we've already had come through this area, lasting as we head into the evening hours. And then notice how we have more showers, all kind of pushing south here into Arkansas and into Oklahoma. So here's a look at St. Louis. Jordan, we'll start to get them basically when it's time to get the kids from camp. Hopefully they've gotten all their energy out because there will be multiple rounds coming through.
Golly, those storms look impressive. All right, well,
wild weather with wind reports of over 100 miles an hour. 105 in Illinois to be exact. That was in the Midwest. Almost 500,000 customers waking up to power outages, down trees, branches that are blocking roads, and it made its way into the Northeast. We had tennis ball size hail. We are not through with it, though, into the Northeast. We're going to see a couple more days, and Jordan has those details.
Yeah, we got big wind gusts this morning from Kansas.
Out there. So really cool stuff. And by the way, as I showed you, it'll probably be making it to the lower 48. And as I was mentioning before, the sky is blue because of the different particles in the atmosphere and how big they are and what they're made out of. And so when you add in this dust, that's going to give you different colors in the atmosphere. No development here over the next 7 days for us. There's your Saharan dust, not only getting into the islands, thanks to high pressure to the north, pushing it around, but getting all the way into maybe the southeast at some higher levels. You're going to see maybe a little orange tinge to the sunset for you. So notice that it just keeps coming here. But we still have a ways to go in hurricane season. Keep that in mind. This is the peak of your SAL time of year, Saharan air layer. We call it SAL in the biz here. But notice how it drops dramatically getting into August, September, and that's when things really pick up in the tropics. Not that it hasn't already been above average and ahead of schedule. Of course, Beryl just made